Oh yeah, there's no reason why I shouldn't have my camera on. This is my stream. Hello. Turn down the music. Things are more relaxed here. Alright, what's got my webcam on? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. There I am. Yeah, there he is. Alright, well, mainly it's just going to be script writing today. I am Crafty Andy, as you can see, or maybe not see. Where is this at? Ah, perfect. Kind of right where I want it to be. Yeah. So mainly I got 3 videos I definitely want to crank out for Crafty Arts. 3 to 4 videos, really. You gotta have a review. Now, I want to make fun of people's reviews of Ex Machina, because Ex Machina is pretty awesome. And it's just fun to make fun of people who don't like the movie you like, and, you know, just for fun. Tongue-in-cheek humor. Let me throw in some insults. I don't know, I kind of want to rewrite it. I was doing it off the cuff. I don't know if I like doing it that way. I think I can get more creative with it. Then again, it could be a lot... make the editing process a lot faster that way. I got a furry video in the works. It's just in the process of being edited right now, finally. And let's see, yeah, so Crafty Arts, and then yeah, that furry video is gonna be on here. And I think as soon as I get my advertising, self-promotion stuff together, including some ads I want to pay for on other websites to promote the channels, I'm going to start getting some game clips together. At least that's the intention. I started a ADHD medication. That's going to take a week. Shut up. It's going to take a few weeks for that to take effect once it's in my system. In fact, I need to go get my bottle for that right now. Let's do that. Alright. I wonder how long I'm going to get away with this banner here for pause off, I wonder. What asshole is going to make an exception to that, I wonder. I like this low lighting I have going on here too with the blue hue. Alright. But, you know, right now script writing, and you know, let's look for some crazy videos. Right wing watch. Wait, no, everything's terrible. Where's everything's terrible? This man loves to fall into lakes. Desktop. Let's just start that over. I like the majestic music behind it.
Well, I am not an alien or a ghost.
Someone's having fun with their Adobe effects. Really, man? Not that I have done anything that similar. Alright, we got that one open already. Where's the one I want to open? You know, I think this story can be turned into something around the lines of going outside of one's comfort zone. Yeah. I do need. I wanted to rewrite this kind of like the original rating I had. It's been like a years. It's been years to the point where before I even got to doing this, and it's been years before rewriting it. So let's see. Let's do an outline.
Isn't this Exhibit A why Olympic ratings are...
Can't wait to see that. Wokeism. Oh boy.
What would you say is something you could say right now that only furries would understand?
Oh, this is interesting. Normies invading furry conventions.
Vor.
About the furry community?
No!
I mean, no. That is something furries would only understand.
No!
I don't understand this easily being cringed by other people's behavior. It's like, I'm not trying to... I don't understand the image thing. Still. I'm not responsible for anyone else's assumptions.
Hi, how are you? My name's Beta, and today I want to start a brand new series on this channel where we go over non-furries invading furry conventions. There's plenty of these videos out there where non-furries or normies end up experiencing the prime of the furry fandom at these conventions.
I consider people on Kiwi forums normies. I consider 4chan users normies. Generally, normie to me is this at this point is not only... It's not necessarily people who are just like the mundane that interact with the world, but people who are terminally online. That seems to be the normie thing for me. They don't have any understanding of other people other than themselves, and they think like their online little bubbles where reality sits and is determined.
When they haven't had any experience with furries prior to it. They want to know what furries are about? Ah, let's go to a furry convention.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so it's gonna be how I confess to my friend. My fear. Going to the convention. Aftermath. Making actual friends. Why does it keep doing that? Okay. Says chance to live out. A chance to make up I don't know how to describe it any other way. Chance to make up for the lack of adolescent growth in high school. I have to come up with a way to word that. the story in itself. I'll look at normies here.
That's a step above, you know, Googling it. But in these videos, they'll usually just end up going around the convention and talk, you know, Googling it.
Huh.
But in these videos, they'll usually just end up going around the convention, talking about their experiences, and sometimes interviewing a few fursuiters or con staffers.
Considering I spent a lot of time at conventions, roaming around, I never seem to get that lucky. I guess because I'm not in costume. I'm holding a camera myself. Pretty sure the media's not going to be too interested in me. Unless I come in makeup and mohawk, which I plan on doing. This is not my preferred look right now. I like my hair spiked up. I like actually having face paint on. This is a new Crafty Andy right now. This is Andy, right? This is just plain old Andy.
But there's a little caveat with this whole thing, because in most of the videos that I've seen online, they just end up harassing furries who, in all honesty, are minding their own business. I hate to use this.
They're in a public space. Interact and asking them questions and trying to get an interview with them is not harassment.
But there's a little caveat with this whole thing, because in most of the videos that I've seen online, they just end up harassing furries who, in all honesty, are minding their own business. I hate to use this word, but it's really just cringy to see, because most of this is just the essence of taking the online furry hate, anti-furry culture and bringing it in person to furry conventions. Because think about it, furries...
Alright, I'll bite. I never really usually watch furry videos, despite me being heavily involved in making furry videos. Go figure, right?
As much as they're their own little subculture on the internet, they mind their own business at conventions. They have these events where they're doing their own thing away from people that might be potentially bothered by it. This one weekend where they just hang out and they want to exist and do their thing. Meanwhile, in comes this one Joe Schmo on YouTube, where these people will walk up to a random fursuiter at these conventions, and the first question they ask is like, "Oh, I don't know about this furry thing. Is it a sex thing?" I think it's safe to assume they're not.
It can be. Is it a sex thing? Depends who you talk to. Is it for you? Yes. Not right now. I don't know. You know, you can't lie to these people. So, and I hate I don't know. I don't like the dodging the question either. It's like, what are they gonna do? Are they out for my blood? Are people going to be out for furry blood? They could be, but they're not going to use a little on the street interview as their precursor to it. They're going to look at like Tucker Carlson or Matt Walsh or John Doyle.
There to be friendly. And pretty much to the point where they just get kicked out. Like, con staff intervenes, they ask them to turn off the camera, which they'll frame into the video of like, "Oh, I went to a furry convention and I got kicked out." So whenever I see a video like this pop up on my feed, I usually think, in this timestamp, when do they get kicked out? It's just become second nature that that's the type of content that sometimes happens. But I feel like there's been a big shift recently, especially since the All Gas No Brakes MFF video. And that's why I want to try this new series, where we just go over furries who give a very humble and respectable experience showcased in their...
I actually like that video too. All gas, no brakes. We probably can check that one out while we wind this up.
So today I want to go over a video that I found on stream the other day by a YouTuber by the name of Mr. Crunches. The title of the video is "I interviewed furries at the Midwest Fur Fest convention." Now I'll be honest,
what's with that thumbnail?
Skeptical, but when I read the description...
No. Why does it look like he's like blushing and ready to cry? What is that? What is that look? What is that pouty, crying look? What is this?
Fur Fest convention. Now I'll be honest, the thumbnail made me a bit skeptical, but when I read the description, that's when I realized this is a very genuine review of their experience at a furry convention. Everyone was friendly and it was a neat experience at MFF. Never been to a furry convention before this.
Alright. Furry was a dirty little secret of mine, technically since the 5th grade, before the internet, and having a term for it. That is a time before the internet and having a term for it. Up until my best friend of 12 years. Okay, this night in 2008. See, 5th grade for me would be in like 1996. Up until my best friend of 12 years was talking between his self-determination one night in 2008. Trying to talk him down.
Should I go to another type of convention? And as much as they might have wanted to do this for the content, I get the grind personally. Still, massive respect for being honest and humble and...
Alright, I don't want to take other people's videos away, so... It seems interesting.
To Chicago for the Midwest Fur Fest convention. This way we can truly see what furries are like in the wild. And see
Now we're in
video
inception territory here.
Prove that you're not a furry by going to a furry convention? I guess, you know, I guess that makes sense.
Alright. Let's do myself a favor. I can get this done and showcase my work at the same time. I think it's good. Oh man, how do I mute this for myself? Is that how we do it?
Hello, I'm
Oh.
Crafty. Andy, and these are my thoughts. Some time ago, I came across this wonderful article. Christians are sick of being punished for their views in America. Let's just go through it, shall we? It may seem radical to say these days, but it's true.
All right.
America is a nation founded on Judeo-Christian values. Words from scripture are inscribed on our money and our most hallowed institutions, including Congress, the U.S. Supreme Court, and state capitals everywhere. Our Declaration of Independence acknowledges our Creator as the being from whom all our rights flow. This does not mean that other religious groups are not welcomed in America. Of course they are. People who practice no religion at all are also welcomed. Wrong. Completely fucking wrong. First off, "In God We Trust" was first added to the US coins during the beginning of the Civil War, with religious sentiment was on an upswing and concerned Americans wanted the world to know what their country stood for. The first phrase was minted in 1864. Let's get rid of this notion that we are a Christian nation once and for all and read some letters, shall we? Shall we read some letters? Erecting the wall of separation between church and state is absolutely essential in a free society. I have recently been examining all the known superstitions of the world and do not find in our particular superstition one redeeming feature. They are all alike, founded upon fables and mythology. Thomas Jefferson, 1808. The way to see by faith is to shut the eye of reason. Benjamin Franklin. The government of the United States of America is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion. John Adams. The civil rights of none shall be abridged on account of religious belief or worship, nor shall any national religion be established, nor shall the full and equal rights of conscience be in any manner or on any pretext infringed. Religious bondage shackles and debilitates the mind and unfits it for every noble enterprise. James Madison. But while the First Amendment guarantees the free exercise of religion, we are no longer a nation that fully supports the right to hold or express Judeo-Christian values. I don't know why people like you deify the Founding Fathers so much. Didn't God say not to worship false idols? These people are dead, right? You know they don't matter anymore at this point, what they want or could have wanted or may want during modern times. Excuse me, what is being denied to you for being Christian? I was denied a car sale, an apartment, yeah, and had to take down my pride flag and have someone fake being straight to get our house properly appraised. Marriage license denied anyone? Medical services denied? Are there conversion camps for Christians? Can I pay $50,000 a year to have my kid legally trafficked to another country and be reformed through mental and physical abuse done by unqualified, self-proclaimed council leaders like in the documentary Kidnapped for Christ?
When I woke up, 2 guys were at my house.
You need to wake up and put clothes on. You're going to a school in the Dominican Republic.
They tied a belt around my waist, dragged me with the belt to their car.
QR is forbidden to talk about. You're not allowed to talk about why you were there. That's not something I've never heard. I mean, I wasn't even told.
Impose their superstition on others as discrimination. Like this whole situation with a coach praying out in the open with his players. Creating a situation that forces players to participate. You can scream it's optional all you want. You really think the odd ones out that refuse to participate are not setting themselves up to be looked over for a scholarship or opportunities to be put out in the field? Joe Kennedy, a former high school football coach in Bremerton, was fired from his job in 2015 after conducting prayer sessions at the 50-yard line. He sued his school district in the case that was ultimately decided in his favor by the Supreme Court. What does the Bible say about showboating in regards to your faith again? Matthew 6, 1-34. Beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them, for then you will receive no reward from your Father who is in heaven. Thus, when you give to the needy, sound no trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may be praised by others. Truly, I say to you that they have received their reward. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you. And when you pray, you must not be like the hypocrites, for they love to stand and pray in the synagogues and at the street corners, that they may be seen by others. Truly, I say to you, they have received their reward. Praying out in public, loud and proud, is ineffective to God. I have experienced this firsthand when I was the scholar in residence at Christopher Newport University in Newport News, Virginia. I proudly and openly identified as a Christian woman of color. In October 2021, I criticized DC Comics for making Superman's son bisexual, saying in a tweet, "I don't get why this is necessary. I don't. What if Christian parents of children reading comic books don't want their kids exposed to bisexual characters? This is being pushed onto kids. But it's okay for you, you dumb cunt, to push your shit on your kids, right? Fuck you. Kids don't have the money to buy comic books. You do, stupid breeder. Why don't you give your kid the Action Bible, then? If you think it's so important that they instead learn about people like King David, a character who also not only killed 200 soldiers, but collected their foreskins to be used as payment for the king's daughter. You cool with your son being exposed to that character as opposed to Superman's bisexual son? How asinine is this too? Superman's son, he can smash buildings, go supersonic speed, fly. He's an alien. Can you like dick? That's impossible! Straight away, my private tweet was brought into my public university workplace, and my Christian faith was attacked as a cover for my homophobic views. That's what it is, dumb fuck. It is, and I can prove it. In fact, you proved it for yourself. Arguing against queer characters merely existing in entertaining storytelling without using an argument based on superstition. Go for it.
I like how it links to that.
Hello,
Hey, I got a couple more subscribers. Hell yeah.
Hello, Crafty Andy here, and these are my thoughts. My YouTube journey has been banging my head against the wall for about 15 years now. Eye Patch Wolf's recent video on social media influence courses really helped me a lot more than any of these sharks ever could with their guided tasks, books, their YouTube channel videos that repeat the same shit ad nauseum, with live streams being used to siphon off money from people for surface level channel critiques.
I mean, we'll just say he calls himself an artist, but this doesn't look like art to me.
Right?
I've been on YouTube since the beginning. Let me tell you a little bit about my journey over the years. First, it was posting some random videos I happened to download while obtaining music and movies legally, yeah, of course. Then it sort of lingered for a while. I was really into art, so much so that there were many nights I would sketch away in the car while my friends got blackout drunk in Canada during our 19 and 20 years olds. We did make a bunch of videos in high school, but my friends lost interest in that for the most part. Just a few pieces made in early college, and that's all I was able to muster up from them. I discovered the Angry Nerd, look it up Wikipedia, and Turtles 3 one day. That became a staple of entertainment on a weekly basis.
It's hammer time!
Especially the slew of other shows, long since forgotten or erased altogether. 2009, after explaining to one of my friends what furries were, and that I'm a fan myself.
As an escape to reality, I like to dress up in a fursuit. It's not exactly normal.
You're damn fucking right it isn't normal.
We went to a convention together. My initial intent was to play it off as some sort of underground filming opportunity, but I opened up and got over my own personal insecurities and started posting videos around the convention highlights, reigniting a creative interest in that community. Around this time, right before that, we came up with the idea to start doing a show called Straight to DVD.
Hey everybody, it's Straight to DVD with Andy.
And Dan.
Now, I love this idea, and we kind of felt our way around figuring out the importance of taking notes and writing down scripts. However, my friend was a had a lot of inner demons to battle, so I ended up doing all the work all myself. Up until the point that my friend would get so drunk, we couldn't even watch a movie all the way through, let alone do a review on it. So I got frustrated and tried doing it myself. There was a weird sense of negative, defeatist attitude I kept on having. I got my success, though, with my first review of The Human Centipede. Yes, over 100,000 views within the first week. It got me invited into the partner program at YouTube. See, first your channel had to be submitted and go under review before you got approved for monetization. In this case, I just got invited outright. I think the review itself is unwatchable. In fact, I think that applies to all my movie reviews. And believe me, I tried to keep up with this shit, but I was too distracted and juggling too many things. Going to college, not figuring out what my pursuit should be.
Oh, what happened in Idaho? Idaho student murder case. Oh yeah, is that the one where they found some people stabbed? Pulled over twice by cops, huh? So he's the... Wait, this is so low-tastic that anyone believes this? What? Believes what?
That Idaho does not release their probable cause affidavit in support of their arrest warrant until after their defendant is brought or returned to that state. But having read those documents and the sealed affidavits of probable cause, I definitely believe that one of the main reasons the defendant chose to waive extradition and hurry his return back to Idaho was the need to know what was in those documents.
Oh shit, so you got a celebrity. You got like a local celebrity case on your hands here since this is getting on CNN. He's going to be a target from the other inmates. That's usually how it goes. From my understanding, when it comes like high-profile murder cases and guys like this, they become like a target for a shiv attack. Here we go. This is where he gets pulled over. Sure, CNN's going to copyright this stream now, but whatever. It's not like I make money on monetization on this channel.
Friday, December 30th, those warrants were executed at the location.
How many people are watching this right now? 128 watching, no one's even chatting.
Without incident, the scene was turned over to the FBI evidence response team for processing. Mr. Koberger was then
Let's ask for Sputin here.
County prison, where he has remained in their custody since. I'd like to thank the Monroe County Sheriff and the Stroud Regional Police Department for their support as well during the extradition process. Arrangements currently are being made to deliver Koberger back to Idaho, where he can have continued due process and face these charges.
Like I can do a super chat to CNN. Give me a fucking break. Like CNN needs the money. Oh yes, small independent CNN. Oh, how they only get by donations from the fans.
Their probable cause affidavit in support of their arrest warrant until after the defendant is brought or returned to that state. But having read those documents,
I thought you can at people on chat.
I definitely believe that one of the main reasons the defendant chose to waive extradition and hurry his return back to Idaho was to meet
Yeah, I mean, if he's willing to commit murder like that, unfortunately, it's probably going to be life. I don't believe in sanctioning the state to murder him. Like, murdering him is not going to unmurder the people he murdered. So, you know, a guy like that, it's going to have to be kept away from the general public. You know, hopefully they can get him to open up about his reasonings and stuff like that, so he can learn about them and prevent people like this from getting to that point where they feel the need to do this again in the future. Is that it? Is this going to be on repeat? Is that what's going on here? Yep, that's it. Okay. Let's see if there's anything more.
weekend, attorneys for a man arrested in connection with the slaying of 4 college students decided to waive an extradition hearing so he can be quickly brought to Idaho to face murder charges. The arrested Brian Koberger, a 28-year-old PhD student and teaching assistant.
Holy shit. 28-year-old PhD student. It's starting to get a little surreal as I get older, and I'm like 36. So I'm 36 going on 37 right now, and seeing these people who like fail at life, who are not even like, who are much younger than me at this point.
On the night of Saturday, November 12th, Madison Mogan, Kaylee Gonsalves, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle went out in Moscow, Idaho. Their roommates returned to their home around 1 in the morning on the 13th. Then around 1:45, Xana returned from a party at the Sigma Chi fraternity that Ethan was a member of. About 10 minutes later, Madison and Kaylee got back to the house after going out to a bar and stopping by a food truck on the way home. 10 hours later, right before noon, a call to 911 reporting an unconscious person in the house. That call from a cell phone belonging to one of the surviving
Turn this up.
roommates. In the week that followed, we learned key details about their deaths. All had been
Yeah,
stabbed
death penalty is way too expensive.
with the same
And it's needless. Yeah. I'm never going to be for the death penalty. I mean, I will be if someone personally I know gets hurt, but, you know, my emotional compromise should not determine the policies that run the state.
late night, and police did not know who did it. It was almost 3 weeks before the next major development. On December 7th, police said they wanted to find a white Hyundai Elantra that was seen near the home around the time of the murders. Fast forward to Friday, and finally, an arrest on the other side of the country. And now tonight, a new twist. Brian Koberger's family released their first public statement today, saying they're cooperating with authorities to, quote, seek the truth and promote his presumption of innocence. His family says they will let the legal process unfold and, quote, love and support their son and brother. The statement also expressed condolences for the families of the victims, saying there are no words to express the sadness they feel.
Childhood friend of Idaho murder suspect reveals new details.
Is set to appear
Oh boy. So yeah, they start digging around.
before a judge this week following his arrest in the Poconos. He's accused in the murders of 4 University of Idaho students back in November. Well, tonight, the Koberger family has released a statement following the news of his arrest. ABC's Hannah Whitworth has that, plus what a childhood friend had to say about the suspect.
Tonight, Brian Koberger's childhood friend Thomas speaking to ABC News, describing the Idaho murder suspect as mean in high school, saying Brian was eager to be seen as dominant.
He would just like put me in, he would like grapple me and like put me in headlocks and arm bars and stuff like that.
Koberger's family releasing a statement which reads in part, first and foremost, we
Is that all he would do? You just hang out with him and you just randomly put you in arm bars and headlocks? Like what?
ABC News, describing the Idaho murder suspect as mean in
mean.
high school, saying
Okay.
Brian was eager to be seen as dominant.
He would just like put me in, he would like grapple me and like put me in headlocks and
Alright, I missed that first part there because I was typing.
stuff like that.
Koberger's family releasing a statement which reads in part, first and foremost, we care deeply for the 4 families who have lost their precious children. There are no words that can adequately express the sadness we feel. We have fully cooperated with law enforcement agencies in an attempt to seek the truth and promote his presumption of innocence. The small community in Moscow terrified for weeks after roommates Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and her boyfriend Ethan Chapin were found stabbed to death in their off-campus home in mid-November. Koberger's lawyer saying Brian's father flew from his home in the Poconos to Washington State for a pre-planned cross-country road trip back home to Pennsylvania for Christmas in that white Hyundai Elantra.
Driving cross country took them approximately 2.5 days. Mr. Koberger indicated that Brian was acting normal and not out of character on the drive back from Washington.
The car seized from the Koberger's home after Brian was arrested early Friday morning. The Monroe County Chief Public Defender saying Koberger is eager to return to Idaho and be exonerated. Police in Moscow say they're confident they arrested the only person responsible for the murders. Still, they're searching for a murder weapon they describe as a fixed blade knife. The police chief saying the community has a name and a face, and now they're hoping more people will come forward with information.
We have a lot of work to do still. We still have a lot of pieces.
All right, so no information on that.
And Chief Fry telling me that with
All right.
This weekend.
It's going to be slow, but if he decides to talk and they have a trial and they're public about it. Here we go. Who is Brian Koberger?
Bring an Action News reporter Annie McCormick live at DeSales University in Center Valley, Pennsylvania tonight. Andy, that's where the suspect recently got a master's degree. His field of study there now seems an eerie one.
Yeah, Brian, that's right. He completed his undergraduate studies here at DeSales University in 2020, and then he received his master's in criminal justice here just this year.
DeSales University releasing a statement today about former...
Now this is what's really confusing, right? Guy had a career, was on his way to like an actual career and stuff. Snoring Tucker.
Student 28-year-old Brian Koberger seen here graduating with a Master of Arts in Criminal Justice. Koberger was arrested this morning on 4 first-degree murder charges for the stabbing deaths of 4 Idaho University students as they slept in their beds on November 13th. DeSales University. Brian Koberger seen here graduating with a Master of Arts in Criminal Justice. Koberger was arrested this morning on 4 first-degree
I don't know how it's eerie now, but I'm just glad. Yeah. There we go. What do we got here?
His name is listed here in the 2022 commencement program. DeSales saying this in part in a statement, quote, as a Catholic Salesian...
Oh, as a human. Give me a break. As a Catholic. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be feeling devastated at all as an atheist, you know. We're all just cells that are living and then we die and nothing matters. But as a Catholic though, now I care.
Community, we are devastated by this senseless tragedy. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims' families during this difficult time.
God,
Sources tell
I hate that
ABC
shit
News
so much.
Investigators are looking at this Reddit post, actively recruiting criminals as part of a school study to understand the psychology of those who commit crimes. It was written by a user named Brian Koberger and linked to a survey of detailed questions. And the small community...
Wait, let's read that.
Actively, just tell ABC News investigators are looking at this Reddit post.
Hello, my name is Brian, and I am inviting you to participate in a research project that seeks to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision-making when committing a crime. You okay there, Tucker? You having dreams? I hope you're having pleasant dreams. Anyways, in particular, this study seeks to understand the story behind your most recent criminal offense, with an emphasis on your thoughts and feelings throughout your experience. In the event that your most recent offense was not one that led to a conviction, you may still participate. Additional surveys are included after the open-ended section.
Actively recruiting criminals as part of a school study to understand the psychology of those who commit crimes.
You don't need to recruit criminals to do that. You just have to look at research studies and history. In the event, let's see. In the event that your most recent offense was not one that led to a conviction, as in, like, you got away with it. So, OJ. Someone needs to call up OJ Simpson and see if he can get him to participate in this. Anyways, additional surveys are included after the open-ended section as to best understand your unique traits. The study should take about 15 to 20 minutes.
By a user named Brian Koberger and linked to a survey of detailed questions. And the small community...
Was that last part there? Or identity, completely confidential. I mean, it's Reddit, so naturally. Anonymous link.
Questions. And And the small community around the Catholic liberal arts school also reacting that a possible brutal killer was walking amongst them.
It's definitely a little scary, and it's spooky to think about someone in the community being here for years and just having no idea. We both...
Like, he was so dedicated to doing a murder and trying to get away with it that he studied criminal psychology, or
Both of us has definitely spent a decent amount of time
waiting with her.
criminal justice, I mean.
Idaho student on the DeSales campus. We run there all the time. Yeah, it's just really weird to think about, you know.
And Brian, according to authorities, he was actually continuing his studies at a school that was not far from the crime scene where those Idaho students were killed. As for DeSales University, they have sent out an email to all students and faculty saying if anybody needs counselors, they will be available. Now reporting live in Center Valley, Annie McCormick, Channel 6, Action News. Brian.
Annie, thank you. And
Someone claiming here that they knew him. Yeah, given the right circumstance, he could have been a CEO at some kind of big corporation and then been responsible for the deaths of thousands of people and millions of people. God bless the victims. Okay, well, they're dead, so... Plot twist. Maybe he was set up by someone he interviewed for his studies, and that's why he asked if anyone else had been arrested and looks forward to being exonerated. Or maybe not. Not his first killing, probably killed before. Yeah, who knows? I want to know if there's any updates on the club shooter. According to his lawyer, he's non-binary, so they went into a club and committed a hate crime. It's 1 month ago. 1 month ago. His father was a fucking piece of work. Yeah, nothing. Okay, let's look at the internet. Nope, everything's from November. Are we seriously just not going to get any follow-ups on this? Well, never mind. Again, legal system slow. I got to keep that in mind. Got to work on my patience on that. All right, let's look at the conspiracies behind it. Let's see. What happens when I look up? No, I already know what he said. I already know what Ben Shapiro said, too. Just type in good, see what happens. It's only going to give me, like, actual news coverage. Corporate news coverage, corporate news. Alright, you know what? Let's go to BitChute. I want to see some. I want something that's going to piss me off. Let's go ahead. See what's in BitChute. The 4chan of video postings. Red Voice Media. Wow, only one video is coming up for that? Doesn't seem likely.
Rutrow friends, this story is rapidly unfolding. We already did a video
Oh, this guy seems like a winner, doesn't he?
on all of these shithead libs who are now frantically deleting their tweets over the Boulder, Colorado shooting because they came out and they said, oh my god, I'll bet like my salary that it was a super duper white supremacist
He was, and it turned out that's exactly what he pretty much is.
maggot supporter.
He was. But because he came out as non-binary, that means he's a leftist all of a sudden, right? You can't be a non-binary person and commit a hate crime, apparently.
Turns out to be a radical Islamist that we brought in from Syria. They're like, oh shit, delete the tweet. And the ones who aren't deleting the tweet, they're like, no, it's still racism, everybody. It's still white supremacy because he's not black or brown. Yeah, but you also said that it wouldn't be a Muslim because they would never be taken alive.
Who said that? Who said it wouldn't be a Muslim? It could have been anyone.
By the police. Well, it's different this time. It's different this time. Of course it's different this time. Now on top of this, we're finding out that this dude's known to the FBI. The FBI keeping tabs on the people he...
Nice choice of board game, by the way. Monopoly Star Wars. Monopoly fucking sucks. Monopoly is not meant to be fun. Let's see what some of the comments say on this shit.
hanging out with because the people that he hang out with are on a terror list, but somehow was still able to pass.
He searched someone last week during an intake and found a gun on him? What the fuck? Aren't the police, when they arrest someone, supposed to do that? Yeah, I was gonna say. Pat, pat, pat. I don't wanna get near his crotch. It's icky. Jesus Christ.
A universal background check in Colorado. No questions asked. Motherfucker's been arrested before. He's getting into fights. Take a look at this dude over here. This is Justin over at the Gateway. Syrian-born Boulder shooter Ahmed Al-Ice's identity was previously known to the FBI. They're keeping tabs on him. He was already arrested for getting in a fight with other people. This dude, his classmates, because of course, he ain't 21. Ain't nobody buying this motherfucker's 21. He came in as a Syrian refugee with a full fucking beard and probably diabetes and was telling everybody, I'm like 6 years old, everybody's like, oh, unaccompanied minor, come on in. Put this motherfucker into our high schools, and how he beating people up. He gets arrested for this. He's got tabs on him by the FBI.
It was a false flag event. Here's a winner. It was a false flag event. There was no blood anywhere, not even near or around the bodies of those lying down inside the store and outside in the parking lot. Is this the same? Is this the same shooter? Oh wait, this is March. This is some other Colorado shooter. Okay, I was wondering, like, he didn't look the same.
Or criminal record, that's how the mainstream media
Boulder Mash, okay.
pushes it. Dude's been known to the local police. He's been...
These fucking losers. Defund the FBI. Just another false flag psyop. Just like Las Vegas. I think the victims of that would have something to say to you about calling it a false flag event. You forgot Sandy Hook. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Man. I should just have, like, a fucking day going through BitChute, because there are some wackawoos on this website. I like how this is basically a hub for chuds. There's no way for them to actually make money on the site outside of like people donating, and the audience isn't there. Like, look at this shit. What's the top trending video here? 13,000 views. 90,000 views. Like, the videos that trend on YouTube, the ones that actually make money just by itself, are in the millions. That's 10 times. That's over 10 times the amount of the highest video on here is getting. So I'm pretty sure a lot of these people are paying the bills for BitChute here. This is where all the conspiracy theorists and everyone else gets to circle jerk each other without much challenge. So that's why I like being on the site. Even though I primarily focus on my entertainment here. I need to upload a video. Ugh. Okay. That's not what I opened up. Can I delete this? Got two of the same video. It's also not very user friendly. Alright, but I gotta go. Yeah, I love the intake. You never know what you're gonna get. There's a communist monopoly, yeah. One that tries to like parody socialism, which doesn't work. Monopoly is all about revealing like how unfair the capitalist system is and how, because within the first like 5 turns you can already figure out who's going to win, because eventually someone, just by luck, you just get all the you start getting all the properties and everyone else gets drained and barely gets by as they get their minimum wage check of $200 when they pass go, you know? There's a whole great video on it. Anti-landlord. Yeah, Monopoly is anti-landlord propaganda. It goes over the history of how Monopoly came to be.
Land valued.
How it used to be called the landlord game. How it got developed. But yeah, it's pretty good. Tom Nicholas. But yeah. Yep, time to go. I gotta get ready for work and all that stuff. Gotta feed the dog and make sure Kira takes him for a walk later. Alright, good night.